them on the festivals only, not every day. Bolo sir, you can have tea, just festival ko paratha varata chalne do chalo. All gulab jamun, beautiful things. They always say these are bad things. Who told you that they are bad things? You should eat them in the festival time, hard time, not every day. Okay, chalu rakho. Eat salad. Vidyavan Buniyati Chatur Bhajan Bali ki chalu rakho. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Let's keep going. Surya Namaskar we'll do in 6 o'clock. If I am not speaking anything, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning we'll do yoga session in the same hall, and I will tell you detail everything, all of free of the course. Please next. We'll do pranayam, we do mudras tomorrow. The only one asana you should not do is this.
My favorite asana.
Keep going, keep going. When you don't follow me, then you have plans. I will get more money by more. Keep going, keep going. Let's keep to bypass. Sanatani daily routine, very simple. Next please. We will talk in tomorrow morning. My seva, what I did, trying to do bhajan kirtan, trying to give health talks as I am giving. Everybody gives at the same time. They always next please. Chalu rakho. Why so Thomas? I thought, why so Thomas? Why I am not successful? Yeah, next please. So then I thought, evolution, please continue. Then I thought, why don't I भगवान को कृष्ण को प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि आप बाकी मेरी हेल्प करें. तब से हमने गीता बांटना शुरू किया. 12,000 गीता जी we distributed, and then we are getting help from Sanjay Mehta ji. He is doing every, the first word in the Gita ji is Sanjay Uvache. Bolo Sanjay ji. All these three, one minus. All three Gita ji are free of the cost available. You can go in the pocket. You can go to your child's college. Take it one from outside. All free of the cost. Chalu rakho. चलो जी बोल संजय मेहता जी की जय बोलो जय ब्रियाम जी की जय. Now what do we do in Mandir? We can take Mandir as a holistic health center. I will help setting up the Zoom meetings and everything. These are specialists will lead. Next slide please. Second point, Sanatana Vedic library in all the temples. So I'm working on this. More details when we go next, right? Third thing, one minus. Third thing is Hindu home library. Every Hindu home should have some certain books. Please have them. Last one. And next we will get more 5 minutes in the question and answers. So thank you very much. Bolo Bajrang Bali ki jai. Thank you, Lakshman Bhai. Hari Om, Hari Om. Great applause for Lakshman Is something in it? Can you hear me? So this crazy doctor during Corona, he just had a epiphany one day that I want to start doing Surya Namaskar challenge. So this mad doctor started knocking on everybody's door with their phone and got a whole bunch of groups going, a whole bunch of WhatsApp groups going, and there were like 1,000 people doing Surya Namaskar during Corona times. So big sadhuvat, lot of energy, lot of behind your vision. Let's open up for questions. We really had some really great talks and inspirations and some takeaway. So we want audience to participate. Oh, on my list you were the last. Yes, Yogi, please.
So, like you mentioned, talking after the crazy doctor and mad doctor is very difficult for me, right? But the talk of the family. Can we go to the next slide? Yes. So, discussing about the Hindu culture, right? Like, say, so many invasions happened, so many people tried to destroy the Hindu culture, temples were destroyed all over India, correct? But what was the thing by which we still able to sustain our Hindu culture despite all the onslaughts and invasions? So if you look into it, the family system was the one which was able to sustain our culture despite all these invasions and things. Because as a seed stores the value of the tree, So same way, the families were able to maintain all the culture and able to pass on from generation to generation, despite we didn't have the temples, government support was not there, society was in the fearful, but still because of the family system, we were able to maintain that. Next slide, please. So the family institution, when we talk about in this society, so there are many institutions that are in the society, like the postal office or department or railway institutions. Each institution has some purpose. Our Rishi Munis has created the family institution. So what is the purpose of the family institution? If we don't know that purpose, we will not pay attention to it. So that's the thing that we need to understand what is the purpose of the family institution. Next slide, please. Next. So first thing, from this family, we learn sharing and caring. When we talk about the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and we have to talk and then we have to work together, how we learn that sanskar about the sharing and caring. The first basic unit after the individual is the family where we learn that sharing and caring. Next. It preserves and propagations of the culture that happens to the family. Next. This is the very basic unit of the society. Society is made up of the different families. So that is the very basic unit of the society. This is the system based on all for one and one for all. Because that is what we in this family we learn. Go ahead. But the basic, most important thing, imparting samskar is the unique function of the family. Why that is most important function of the family and no other can fulfill that need? Let's go to the next slide. So when we talk about giving samskars require 4 aspects. First is we need to have some idea or value for which we want to give this samskar. Then we need to have some role model or a person who is actually living those values. Otherwise, those values are the only book knowledge. We need to have the proximity with that role model. To whom we want to give this sanskar, we need to have the proximity to the role model. And then we need to have the practicing opportunities or the working to practice those values. All these 4 aspects are required to create the sanskars. Sanskars cannot be imported. They only can be imparted. Now if you look, all these 4 aspects only happen in family. Family can define their value system. Our Hindu thought process, Hindu darshans, they provide a very good framework of the value system. But do we have the role models who are actually living those values? And do we live in the proximity of the role models? So all these 4 aspects only in the family. So the family ecosystem which provides the stability and security for all the individuals, that is where we give the sanskars, and that is the most important functionality of the family. All other institutions, Bal Vihar, Shakha and all, they can provide you the tools and information, but they cannot give the sanskars as such. Same way, like food cannot not be replaced with the tonic. You still have to eat the food. All the other institutions can work as a tonic, but food is going to come from the family. Next slide, please. So what are the challenges? So right now, if you look, family system has got significantly changed from what we used to live in the family. We can all correlate to that. Next go. So there are many challenges before the contemporary Hindu families in the USA. We done a study about one couple. They visited more than 800 families. They stayed with those families. And out of those observations, we created the document what are the challenges. But how do we face these challenges? We all know about the challenge of the family system. Family systems are breaking up, but how do we face these challenges? Next, please. So how to make the families happy and healthy in the modern context? We can think about the old way, joint families and all, but that is not going to happen. We cannot stop the waves, but we can surf. We can learn how to surf. Next, please. So can we take some clues from our culture and adapt it to the present day circumstances to make the family stronger? Next. Can we provide interventions at various levels to mitigate the agonies of the men and women who are going through that rough time? Next, please. Can we make couple to think of the higher cause and dedicate themselves for the higher common good? That is where the things comes up. Like when they're going for the marriage, youth are going for the marriage. Can we educate them? Next, please. Can we provide a pleasant environment for children to grow up and blossom? That is the family things that is required into the family. Next, please. So we started a approach called the Kutum Prabodhan. Kutum, we all know Parivar. Prabodhan means enlightenment. Enlightening the families about increasing awareness about the importance of the family system in the society, increasing awareness about the role of individual members in the family, okay, which is resulting in the creating an ecosystem to support healthy family structure, family system that creates good citizen for the society with the thought process of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So that's the approach we are taking. Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh has taking that awareness campaign for the Kutum Prabodhan. Part of this, what we can do is, next please. So discuss this topic with the members of your organization. You are in the temple or any organization. Try to bring that awareness within your organization. Next please. Arrange workshops within your organization or other small groups to bring family system to attention. You can take the help. We have a lot of resources available. We are conducting the workshops, 2-hour workshops and all, to bring that awareness. Next one. And educate newly married couples and youth about the purpose of family. Because we can see a lot of kids now, the younger age, they are not starting the families, they are not going the families. And if families are not strong enough, society is not going to be strong. We can have all the temples, but if there are not people to maintain them, manage them, that is going to be the problem. Next, please. That's all. Thank you for your time. We can have the question.
Thank you so much. Very insightful and very fundamental, very basic, yet it needs addressing because that is the time that we're in right now, where the basic element somehow is missing in the whole integration of our ecosystem. So that being said, let's open up for question answer for our speakers. While we have questions, I'd like to just say HMSE being a great coordinator and question answer mic. Okay, so one mic we can give the audience to pass by. Yes. You can say your name and where you're from and your role in your temple.
The question for the family day is that by the time we focus on the proposal, don't we think that the learning has already happened? If we try to teach an adult what are the values of the family systems, the ideas are already entrenched in their mind, and then the change at that age is kind of not possible that way. So isn't it the problem that should be addressed somewhere at much sooner level in their life rather than in the family settings itself?
Yes,
Something very similar thing happens with the children also, that we work very hard in all our Gurukulam and Sunday schools and evening classes, or we teach them half an hour of Dharma at home, and then those children go to the school and for 40 hours, 5 full weeks, the teachers talk something totally different. They brainwash them in public school, and they are humiliated in the schools. So there got to be some stronger, more coordinated response system that is needed. So your thoughts on that?
Yes, definitely. What you told is absolutely right. And that is right now, we are concentrating on the families, on the couples, with the younger children, with the up to 5 years or 6 years of age, or who are going to get married now. So that we can take and talk to those young couples educate them, because raising kids is a 20-year project, and the results only we will know after 20 years. What are the results, right? But if we are aware of it, if we pay attention to it, because family management requires the entire project management, all management skills, correct? But right now, what is the issue? What we see is people are not even paying attention to it. They feel that family is automatically happening and not paying attention to it. But if we are aware of it at the back of our mind, conscious of mind, then how to create that ecosystem that we can get the support from each other for raising the kids. Certain things work in one family, certain things not work in another family. So that is what the awareness we are trying to create. But like you mentioned, it's a very Herculean task. We came to US to earn money, not pay attention to the family. That's the reality.
But to echo that point, Joshiji's, I think you're absolutely correct. There's a big vacuum. After Bal Vihars and Bal Sanskar, when they go to 10th, 11th, 12th in college, there is completely lack of education from our side of the community or its temple. And I think together we can probably come up with, and this is a venue to come up with that, which avenues we can do to address that continuous need of explaining dharma and why being in dharma is important. But absolutely you're right. And that's why we will see one of our esteemed colleagues from Texas who's doing, for marriages and making sure that we keep Kejriwalji. So, and I was talking to him, and it's very surprising that more than 50% marriages are interracial. Next question. Yes. Yeah. Oh, Mike.
So,
One second. The mic is here. Let her finish, and then aapko karte hain.
Namaste, my name is Sahana Singh. Thanks for the wonderful presentations. All of them were very illuminating. So I have a question regarding psychology, the psychological counseling that we are, a suggestion was made that the priest should also be taught something about counseling, about psychology. So I was just thinking that the way our temples work is that the pujari has to do so many rituals. And in America, the pujaris are already very stretched out. They're doing so much. And that's a full-time job in itself where you are doing the rituals, because each one has a meaning. You need to do it with full shraddha, focus on it. So if we take away energy from that and then expect them to be counseling, how is that going to work? Are we thinking of another person who is not the full-time pujari who is going to be doing this work? That's one question. And the other thing is the psychology. What kind of psychology would be taught? I mean, because psychology as a mainstream subject in the universities, it has so many terms that are used, various terms, right? So when we teach them in the Hindu way, are we going to substitute it with Hindu concepts, or how is it that this is working?
So we're not talking about psychology, if I can answer that. That's why, if you notice that I did not call it spiritual counseling, or counseling word is not there. It's called coaching for our legal, all those other reasons that you're talking about. So it's not psychology, but actually Christians are taught spiritual counseling in their training. So we're not, and I think you're right, absolutely, because the priests don't have time. They're doing a lot of the rituals right now, so for them to go to school and all that may or may not be possible, but they may have to hire another priest. But for right now, at least for the initial, in the beginning, we can have somebody from the community trained in the schools or get a certificate, but the temples have to actually promote it. Temples have to promote that person, put it in their newsletters, put it in their, that this person is available, and that person could be paid or volunteer. It depends on the temple, but if they're paid, I think it becomes more acceptable. It becomes more, people think like, not all cardiologists, the cardiologist does go and get paid on a job somewhere else. But if the person gets paid, it becomes more official. It becomes more, no matter what you say, volunteers like that, people take it for granted. That's just the way it is. They don't feel like it's professional. So, but somebody from the community can do that job, for sure. but the temples will have to buy in this and have to promote it. Because it is not working in my community, it is not working. I can go on and on and on and talk as loud as our temples are not buying it in my community, and other temples are not buying it in their community. Does that answer the question?
So, just to finish that one point, how many, if we can just have a raise of hand, how many temple executives are in the audience right now? One. Okay, great. I think we should have, I'm sure there's a breakout sessions of temple executives, but this could be something that we can talk about. Priest being a window into the devotee's life, and then the priest can refer them to X, Y, and Z. But the temple board has to have an individual and has to have a will to promote this type of community inclusiveness. Yes, who's next?
Me.
Yes, Jen. We'll do Devi and yes, Devas. A quick question, your introduction.
I just have I just have an extension to the question, that she asked. Is that, giving counseling is kind of emotional as well as kind of, the mental. As she mentioned, you are walking a very kind of, thin line. Because, we have to understand which society we are living in. So I raised that issue at our temple. The question is, we don't have, the insurance issues and all these things. There's a very kind of, only the coach, somebody can come, yes, I'll come and pray with you, but not at all giving advice or any counseling, coaching.
Counseling word, I have not used it,
You can have
coaching,
that.
because, no, you're absolutely right, but our Vedas are full of spiritual coaching, by the way, and that's what we teach.
Yeah.
Yes, so we don't need to go to medical cardiologist. If I'm having a heart attack, I'll go to him. But if I break my leg, I'll go to an orthopedic surgeon. But if I'm having anxiety, I can go to Vedas, I can go to a spiritual coach and learn how to handle our anxiety. I'm not saying, we're not having a conversation with science and spirituality. We need combination, we need both. But for some reason, science has kind of shoved the spirituality into a corner. That's what we're talking about. We need to bring it back. Vedas are full of it. Full of it. You go to So, I'm trying to incorporate, all your concerns are very, very valid. So, like Dipalji asked if there are any temple executives. So I happen to be president of the Hindu Community Organization of Dayton, that board's president. And I also happen to be a psychiatrist. So in our community, there are many Hindus and they have had, emotional needs, maybe needed some coaching, the family trouble, or referral to professional and all these things. So often I'm put at the spot that, wouldn't it be nice, Sunita ji, if we had some, Hindu counseling here? So, like Hansab's point, that there are medical legal issues here and the insurance and all that, I take that into consideration and I say, look, that's not possible. We cannot provide services like that, but we can offer very neutral way, compassion, without disclosing anything, without offering ourselves as a medical doctor or a nurse, a compassion. And that can be done on the temple platform, where there is no medical legal liability, there is no responsibility, we don't feel like we are not doing anything for the community, or we don't put the challenge on our priest that you know, they have to provide that type of service when they're busy doing the rituals. So on the platform of compassion, where we look at everyone like equal, we practice that Vasudeva Kutumbakam, which we all take, so much pride in, that if we practice that through the temple platform, I don't know how I've made myself clear or not, there we open the doors to have people be open and themselves and receive, some kind of support. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Last question. Okay, so we're short of time. So last question.
It was just before the.
Yeah. In the
Yes,
Yeah, you will get that. You will get that. He has a stall outside, and I hope he'll be more than happy to email you 10 times. Haji.
okay, I'm Captain Manohar Mahajan, and I'm from International Hindu University. At the same time, I'm from the temple also, Miami Lakshminarayan Temple. As one of the executives of the temple, I'm a trustee there. So before I go with my question, I just have a quick comment. Because last year also we discussed this matter during our last HMEC conference about the questions that the youth have, like, after they finish with Bal Vihar, etc., then we do not have anything for their formal education. And that's what I had at that time mentioned, that we at International Hindu University will take the job of finding some or making some course for these children so that we can impart this education to them. And I'm glad to report that through International Hindu University, one of our PhD students has taken over this job. I think he's here today, Shri Matand Sharma ji. I don't know, we all came at different times, so I have not yet seen him, but he'll be presenting. And he has created a booklet of questions that are asked by the youth all over America. Like, what are the questions they asked? Like, why do we do this? Why do we do this puja? Like somebody was saying, like before doing the puja, explain to them the meaning of puja, the reason for that puja, why and how we are doing that. So all that is explained in that, and he will be presenting. So I'm glad to report that is available. And about the Hindu chaplaincy courses, they do not have to be thrusted upon the priests alone. There are others also who can take these courses, and these courses are being provided by universities like International Hindu University and all for those who are qualified people, of course, and they can take those courses and utilize this knowledge either as volunteers or as an additional profession. So that is available out there in the community. Now my question is about the priests, the evolving role of priests we have been talking about, but before we consider the evolving role of the priest, we have to first see the position of the priest in our Indian community. We do not take care of them well. I think that I am an executive in one of the temples, and I see that they're coming from different temples. They are just treated like not even like people who do the delivery. They are just living on tips because their salary is so low that they can hardly survive on that, and they are just dependent on puja. And when people get a puja done, they just want to pay them $50 and $100, whereas the plumber can come to their home and do a 30-minute job and collect $190. I'm not taking it that way. I just finished Ganesh Utsav festival in my town, where for 10 days we have Ganesh in our temple. We do puja every evening, we are providing free food, we are doing entertainment and everything. After 11 days or 10 days of celebration with maybe raised $10,000-12,000. There was an accident in one of our Indian community members, and I circulated that information in my Indian community. In less than 24 hours, I received $4,400 for her
Wheelchair is not that we are one of the
And I had to turn down $3,000. So there was need for $4,400. I could collect $7,500 in less than 24 hours. But for our
right now there's
temple, I did not
a
collect that.
Q&A session going on.
I'm not here to complain, but I'm here that we all need to collectively find a way as to how we can bring the position of the priest to such a position that they are well taken care of, and then they can be part, they can give us what we need back from them. Sometimes the priests are working part-time in the temple and then they're doing part-time work in the stores. They shouldn't have to do that. They are educated people and they should, my question to the entire community is, what can we do to improve the situation of the priests?
Thank you, thank you. I will leave it up to the, yes.
Before I give my comment, I just want to make it clear, since I joined my temple, Hindu temple of Toledo, my community and my board of trustees are taking good care of me and my family. They offer me a decent, excellent package in terms of my salary, in terms of my health insurance, and they also treat me very well. But I agree with our friend Captain Saab, whatever he said, because I have so many friends all over the United States. They have been serving more than even decade. Whatever that limited a small amount they have started in the beginning, there is a very nominal pay increase in their salaries. Most of the institutions are not even following COLA. We all know COLA, right? From the day when they started the first day, if they have started from $2,000 and if they have served for 10 or 15 years, and if they followed COLA, they can also receive a decent amount. But still, to give only a few $100 of increase, they have to struggle and they have to fight, and still they don't get proper raise. And as far as the treatment is concerned, on the big events, they will spend thousands of dollars. But when it comes to the paying to the priest, that is where their head becomes tight. So yes, I do agree with you, and this is how we should convey this message to the entire Hindu Mandir Executive Conference and all the board of trustees and everyone, that when you are expecting a good result from the priest, I think on our end as an executive or as an institution, we should treat them well and respect their position. I'm just giving this message from the priest point of view. Oh.
So one. Ratnaji, the question he came from India, please.
So I'm Javyani Desai, I'm a psychiatrist. And I've been with the Hindu Mandir, and my husband does the Hindu matrimonial. But a lot of things, what I feel is that our kids have basic teachings, but when they go to college, we never have Hindu Student Council. We have hundreds of professors who are in all these universities at a big level, but they don't sponsor the Hindu Student Counseling. You can have a Carolites are less in number, but every university has SIGRO, which is a fraternity for Carolites, Carolite Christians. So I think everybody needs to chip in. It's just not only the Mandir, but I think every Hindu citizen has to look it up as to what am I contributing towards the betterment of the Hindu religion. And we are very stuck to our old ways that you go to Mandir only for puja and after that it's over.
I think you raised a very valid point. We're coming to a point in our evening where we have to go to the next session, but I just want to sum it up. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to respectfully decline questions. I think we're here for 3 more days, all of us. So let's find a time to network and have separate sessions during breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I think we should definitely use this opportunity. One point that I know there are a lot of Mandir executives here. I myself is a managing trustee of an organization, so I do understand your concern about legal situation happening, whether it's lawsuit or whatnot. But I think that at the end of the day, we have to understand that we are serving our dharma. And dharma is, and the core of it is that we bow to the will of Almighty, right? If we have compassion in our heart, I think that surpasses more than anything. And ultimately, the mental wellness and fitness is nothing about imbalance of our chakra. What we learned, our religion is very scientifically based. If we learn how to balance our chakras and balance our energy, and trust me, I'm not just saying this as fluff, but I've experienced it and I experimented and shared with other youngsters, and even elders. So teaching meditation could be one extension of, in addition to pravachan, that where priests can participate and the Mandir executive can nominate an individual within their community or executive board that can take up this type of spiritual care position, and that could be an extension of our service. Thank you so much. A big round of applause for all for our guests. Thank you for traveling and all of you guys. I'm going to invite Tejalben for the next session now. So once again, a big round of applause for Tejalben and all the New Jersey-based volunteers for putting this thing together.
Yes, namaste. Yes, all the presentations as well as the live recording that we are doing, we always post it on our website, hmec.info. That's another thing I would like to share, that Bharat FM from Ohio, Mananbhai Rawal, he is at our service. He's providing a great media support to us. So please spread the word. bharatfm.com. Facebook page is streaming this particular conference live. So please spread that. Now we will move into recognizing our hosts and co-hosts. And we would like to also know what other mandirs are here in addition to the host and co-host. As we all know, this conference, 2023 conference, both HMEC and HMPC, the grand host is BAPS, and we all will be visiting their mandir tomorrow. So big round of applause for our Akshar Purushottam Samstha. That's the whole name, BAPS. That's a grand host. The co-host is Hindu Society of North Carolina. They are diamond sponsored. So thank you very much, Hindu Society of North Carolina. I would like to take half a minute to double thank them. We have already started talking to Hindu Society of North Carolina for HMEC 2023. And in the middle of the planning, we got a proposal from BAPS that definitely we are going to have our mandir inauguration in October, which is getting celebrated as a Hindu Heritage Month from last 2 years. This is the 3rd year. And can you please come to New Jersey and have HMEC done in New Jersey? Yeah. This was like, we started planning in March and this was in almost June, I would say. And entire team has to come to New Jersey to support our Sanatana Dharma, our Sanskruti, and one mandir or the one sanstha. In addition to that, we want to feel proud, we all should feel proud that Hindu Heritage Month we are celebrating, and this mandir is itself, which is the world's largest mandir, getting inaugurated in the month of October. So it's a big, proud moment for all of us. So thank you very much, Hindu Society of North Carolina, but we are coming there next year. So I think we all have to go to North Carolina this next year for our HMEC. We will talk more on that. But our promise is kept and we will be there. The next our diamond host is Hindu University of America. We all know Hindu University of America is, I would say, a child of Vishnu Hindu Parishad of America. And it was spinned off few years back because of many good reasons, and we appreciate we work together hand in hand with Hindu University of America. Our next host is Sunil and Suman Bagariaji. They are also a diamond host. They have sponsored those community members who cannot afford to come to this conference with the full fee. So we have had come up with the idea that okay, with this donation, we would let those community members, priests, executives attend the conference if they are willing to come and join us. So thank you to Sunil Bagaria ji for this diamond sponsorship. Next is a gold sponsor, Hindu Temple of Dayton, Ohio. We all heard Sunita ji and Anil ji, so thank you Sunita ji and Anil ji and entire team. Another gold temple sponsorship has come from International Hindu University. Manohar ji, we just heard him. So International Hindu University is also our gold sponsor. Sanatan Mandir and Sanatan Mandir and regional HMEC. So Sanatan Mandir in California and regional HMEC, they are also a gold sponsor. This is basically a group of mandir coming together. They cannot be here, correct, with us, but at least they are sponsoring the event and contributing it that way. Hopefully they are watching this live stream. So thank you very much for the group of mandir from California as well as the Sanatan Mandir California to be the gold sponsor. The next is Vraj Pushti Margiya Vaishnav Samaj of North Carolina, Vraj, Pennsylvania. We have Pramod Bhai Amin here. Please, Pramod Bhai, we would like to thank you and your team for the gold sponsorship. Vraj and Pramod Bhai has been part of HMEC from many years back. I think from the beginning of HMEC. So thank you very much for being there for us always. Arshvidya Gurukulam is a silver sponsorship. They just not provide us the knowledge base. Their saints are always there to bless us. And today we were blessed by Swami Swatmanand ji and Brahmachari Surya Narayan ji. So thank you for Arshvidya Gurukulam. और जैसे like अपने घर में कुछ शुभ प्रसंग होता है, तो always parents or the family members, the elderly family members are there to support it. That's how I look at it, Arshvidya Gurukulam's contribution. Next is the Brahma Kumari, a world spiritual organization from Dallas. Niranjana Ben and her team is always there. They were there last year also in Ohio, so they are our silver sponsor. Next is a Gayatri Chetna Center. We also go a long way back. Vipul Bhai Patel, Swati Ben Patel, you are there for always. And Amiji from Canada. We cannot forget her either. She's part of Gayatri Chetna Center as well. So we have been very delighted to have them every year supporting the event. The next is a Govinda Sanskar Kendra, Jersey City. This is one of the oldest temple in New Jersey. They are reviving the entire temple. It's in the heart of the Hindu community in Jersey City, New Jersey. And Rajubhai Patel and his team, they are sponsoring this HMEC. The next is the Hindu Temple of Central Indiana. Hindu Temple of Central Indiana, we have a special relationship with them. Anita ji and her team, as well as many others, they are always there. We have very good working relationship with Indiana Mandir. Sanjay Bhai has been as a contributor to that relationship. So thank you, Indiana team. Kumar Bhai and Hansaben also comes from the same mandir. So thank you all of you. And then this is the only temple I must mention this. No matter what, whether the youth comes from any other temple or not, they are sending their youth every year. Every year, 4 to 5 youth attends. They will be there tomorrow, and you can see such a nice job will be done by the youth of Indiana Mandir. So thank you, Indiana Mandir, for contributing for that. Our next sponsor is Hindu Matrimonial USA. Devyani Ben is here. We miss Devyani Ben's better half. He is always there for us. He has been a great supporter for us, Nainan Bhai Desai. We all know him well. So thank you, Nainan Bhai and Devyani Ben. Your cause is at our heart. We will figure it out how to put it together nicely in a fold of HMEC. The next sponsor is Sri Swaminarayan Mandir, Vartal Dham, New Jersey. So this is another thread of Swaminarayan. We all know that. And they are here also. I think if they are not here today, they will be there tomorrow. But Vartal Dham is also very well connected with VHPA, HSS, and all the other Hindu organizations' activity. Their halls, their mandir, they are always open, and they share their facility with us, open heart. So thank you very much to Vartal Dham for their sponsorship. I would like to also thank Bhutanese community. Their president, they are building a new center in Ohio. 10 of them are here with us. So thank you very much, Bhutanese community. I have not said, yesterday we were counting how many mandirs are participating. 51 mandirs are part of this conference. So thank you very much. Each and every one of us is part of this journey from the beginning, and I won't say that it's going to end. We have a lot more to do, and we will continue working on our goal and objectives together. I know that, I trust all of you. Only thing we need is that we need a collective team working together for our betterment of Hindu Dharma and the cause of Dharma. I would stop here. If any other mandir that I did not announce, please, you can stand up and we can do the quick introduction. Okay, we are little bit delayed on Mandir Vani publication. Usually it is part of our HNEC bag that you usually get. It is on its way, and we will get it by tomorrow. So we have some printed copies of our program. So please collect that and share among each other. I have also emailed it to all of you yesterday, so you all should have it, at least the electronic copy of the program. Tomorrow we are going to have, as Lakshmanji said, that we will have a yoga session. It's optional between 6 and 7 a.m. 7 to 8 we have a breakfast. Sharp 8 o'clock we will start our session 2. Tomorrow is a very, very packed day, so I would request that all speakers, please make sure that you stay within your time limit for your talk, as well as when we meet here, then, and it's a matter of question answer, please ask questions only, that way we can have more questions taken from the audience and answer those questions. So please, my humble request to all of you, let's maintain the time tomorrow. We are still good on the time today as well, but I don't want to sound like overemphasizing tomorrow, so please, let's just make a note of that. Tomorrow we have 3 sessions left as a part of the conference. The second session, third session will happen in this room. The fourth session is a breakout session, and we have various topic to cover. So we have 4 breakout rooms. We will declare which room will have which topic tomorrow morning. And after that, we all will be getting on the bus and we will be heading to BAPS. Our group will be the first group going inside BAPS Mandir. Just last Sunday, I was there, and I would just give you some glimpse, and I think we have posted that article at many places. As Yagnesh Bhai said, 190 million cubic foot of stone is used in that mandir. The shikhar itself, beyond the shikhar, the colors, the topmost colors is a 20 feet high. The Dwajadanda, it is 5 tons. So you can imagine the size and the glory that we will see tomorrow. One of the largest mandir in the world, and that is at our doorstep. We are really blessed by Paramatma. So let's just have a very blissful time tomorrow here as well as at BAPS. Thank you very much for you being here. And again, if there is a little thing where you have a question, come to one of our volunteers. We are wearing this orange band in our hand. So if you see anybody with the orange band, we are volunteers and we are at your service. Dhanyavad. We will so we thank you all again, and we will go for dinner from here. But between dinner and here, Sanjay Bhai has Bhojan Mantra. Yes, we all will do the Bhojan Mantra before going for prasadam or the dinner. Yeah, we can stand up if you. Om Brahmarpanam Brahmarhavi Brahmagnyo Brahmanahutam Brahmevate Nakantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashrita Pranapan Samayukta Pachamyannam Chaturvidam Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvina Bhavitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. If you have not checked in, please visit the registration desk, check in. I think dinner will be served at 7:30, so 10-15 minutes we can use it for networking. Lakshmanji, you have something?
For those only does yoga every day. When we join it, we have to block back.
Kadam? Namaste, namaste. Sorry. That's